Good evening, traders. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to go through our list from last week of this week's hotness, and we are going to subtract the coins that either have pumped or that have failed to pump due to the Bitcoin drawback. That was a bit of a surprise. We had 21 coins on this list last week. Switch over to Bitcoin here. We're going to talk about that before we begin, and then we will get started. All right, so let's just jump on over to the chart. Here's our Bitcoin chart, and if you followed me, or if you do follow me in my weekly updates, I call them weekly updates. I give 2 videos every week on Bitcoin because it is our lead dog, the whole cryptocurrency space, and also the indexes, because Bitcoin does generally follow the broader markets, and especially the dollar and the VIX, that sort of thing. So I give an update on Monday, and if everything goes as expected, I don't put any updates out until Friday, and then I'll give another update and tell you what the expected price forecast looks like for the weekend into next week. And if nothing happens, again, I don't give the update till Monday. This week we had a little bit of a surprise. This is our support zone. Let me see if I can expand that a little bit because I've got some type in there. Yeah, there's our support zone. And what happened here is let's see, today's Thursday. On Monday, I gave the update and I said I expected sideways action, but I really wanted us to come down and test this support a little bit more, because that to me is the ultimate bullish indicator. And we did, in fact, test that. So that's very good. Check. All right. But what happened is we broke through that support and actually caved down a little bit lower. Now, is this a bad thing? Well, because it wasn't expected on my part, that part is bad. Overall, though, the long-term suggestion here is that this is extremely bullish for Bitcoin, in my opinion, because what happened is we actually did a true retrace. What I did here is I drew Fibonacci from the wick low on March 13th, 14th to the wick high on March 22nd. All right. And that gives us our Fibonacci value. And what we did is we retraced right to 50%, which is exactly at a support that I had drawn. My support is 42,938 to be exact. And we hit that spot on. And we have not broken through that since yesterday. Now, could we break through that? Yes, absolutely. And that's where I have this arrow here. And that's pointing to the 0.618 fib retracement level, which is often something that happens in the crypto market. We like these crypto levels, Fibonacci levels, 50% and 0.618 for a retracement value. Now, it will be hard for the bears to take us down to that level, actually. Number one, we have, and the reason I'm covering this is because this is very relevant to our altcoin hot list. I apologize if you get bored with studying Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is our lead dog. It tells us the way everything else is going to do or go. I mean, I can't give you a hot list if I don't know what Bitcoin's going to do. All right, so that's why I'm covering this, and I'll be real quick. Right now, Bitcoin is on support on the RSI, on support at the 50% retracement. I think that's all it's going to retract. All right. I don't see us going below that 50% Fibonacci retracement. If we do, you have a huge area of confluence here as the 50 days crossing the 100-day, and that's 0.618 Fibonacci. And that really, the whole area of confluence is almost acting as a repellent, pushing that price up. All right. So I think this this exploration back into our FUD zone is going to be short-lived. And come Monday, provided that our VIX continues to shrink back down and that fear goes down, I think Bitcoin will be back above support and on its way for more. This is just excellent, excellent. This is a bull flag right here. All right, this is just excellent technical pattern playing out exactly as we would want it to be. So actually, with this drawback, I'm even more bullish crypto than I was before, if I wasn't bullish enough. All right, 5 minutes spent on that, and that is enough time. What we're doing today is just removing cryptos off the list that no longer have a basis for me to promote them. They're not a good setup. They're just not ready to pump, or they fell through the floor because of this retracement. All right, so ACH is one of those that instead of going up, went down. However, what I like, but I'm going to tell you what I like about this and what I don't like. What I like is it's broken to the upside of this descending trend line, and it has come back down to test that trend line, which is patent technical pattern, all right, before it retraces back up. So is it going to go back up? In my opinion, yes. Is it prime setup? No, because we have the 20-day overhead, the 50-day overhead, the 100-day overhead, lots of levels, and the 200-day. Do I believe it's going up? Yes. But this is not something that is worthy of being on the hot list. So I'm going to take it off just because it's not the best setup. Everything else lines up, and if you're in this, just, if I was in this, I would hang on. But taking it off the list, ALG. All right, I like this actually. I'm going to leave this on the list for sure. I'll tell you why. All right. Yeah, no, it didn't pump. It broke through wherever it was when I made the last video. It broke through that support, but it's all the way down here. 50-day crossing the 100-day. That is huge area of confluence, and it's still a bullish pattern. The RSI has come way back down. This is great. This is a great coin, and this is a great setup. I'm leaving this one on the list. AMP. I don't like how it fell through that 50-day and the 20-day. That's not cool. That's not cool. And additionally, look at this. We fell through our support on the RSI. So this one gets taken off the list this week. AXS. Somebody asked me about AXS, so let me give a little bit, let me expound a little bit here. What's happening is we are right on that 50-day. We're fighting with that 50-day. We're struggling to stay on top of that above the close today, which is currently going to be 8 p.m. Okay, so this is a new candle. So we actually did close above the 50-day. That's a good sign. All right, and you can see that little sliver right there. That's us right now since we opened that new candle. I'm leaving this one on the list only because it managed to just squeeze itself above that 50-day. It's still very bullish, all right? Now, downside, and the reason I don't like leaving this on the list is that 100-day is overhead. But if you're in this, you're going to make all that back up to the 100-day. And if you're not in this, an entry here would give you about 11 to 12% profit up to the 100-day, which would be a decent first target. I'm going to have to hang in this a little bit longer if I want to be a winner on this one. So I'll probably hold on till we get our first target from the last video, which was $71. That's way up here. All right. So I'm gonna hold through the 100-day, through that first level there, all the way up into this area right here. That's at $71, and that's how long I plan to hold it. And I guess I'll just be illiquid in that, and in my reserves spent on that particular altcoin. Now, could we go lower? Yes, of course. You can always go lower, guys, and you can always go higher. I get those questions a lot. The bottom limit of all of these is 0, so you can go all the way down to 0. Can you go higher? Of course you can go higher. That's what this is all about. The question is how much higher, and what is the time, and what kind of price are you looking at? How long are your funds going to stay illiquid? All right. So I'm a swing trader. I like to manage between a week and a month in most of my trades. So far, since I created the trade tracker, which I'll put a link to in the description, my average time in a trade is around 7 days. Now, that will take a little bit longer if I hit these down spells and I have to hold through and all the way back up again. So that average should lengthen up a little bit. But I'm going to leave AXS on the chart because it is above the 50, and I like the RSI down here, and we got that 100-day about 11-12% above. So I consider that a pump. Koval, don't like it below this 50-day and below the 20-day. I just have to take this one off the list. I don't like it where it's at right now. Doggy Coin. Somebody was asking, why do you call it Doji Coin? Well, I've always called it Doji Coin since way back in 2015. Because back then I didn't even know the story behind it. I just knew it was a altcoin, really a shit coin at that time. Still probably is, but Elon keeps pumping it. So as long as Elon pumps it and there's some kind of utility behind it, it will do well. In fact, long term, I believe Doggy Coin will go to $2, believe it or not. I mean, that seems crazy. Come back to me in about 3 years and tell me how crazy I am. All right, but Doji, or Doggy Coin, has pumped all the way to the 200, has come all the way back down, and now is on the 100-day. Is this a good entry? Why, yes. Of course it is, because, yeah, even though it pumped, you know where it wants to go. All right, and we're resting upon good support at the 100-day, coinciding with this level, coinciding with the 20-day moving up. That area of confluence right there is huge. So probably it's not going to go lower. Probably it's going to go higher. I'm leaving this one on the list. Filecoin, don't like it under the 100. Period. Yeah, we came back down, tested our descending purple trend line. Filecoin has been all around just disappointing in every way I can think of. It just doesn't have enough volatility or excitement for me. I'm taking this one off the list. It's boring. I'm getting tired just looking at it. Jasmine Coin, no, Iotx is next. Yuck. No, that one definitely goes off. You see why? See those moving averages? They're all above us. You can't leave a coin on the list with that kind of setup. Now, Jasmine, I put out a separate video which you guys can watch. I'll link to it as well. Just a few hours ago. All right, and I explained why the target is where it's at, which I have at 4.5 cents, and when that will happen. Enough said about that. Don't need to say any more. Litecoin fell below the 100-day. All right, this is tough because you do have that 100-day moving average above, but you got to break through that and the 20-day, which is above us. And I don't know. It's not good. I'm taking that one off the list. My target previously was 140, I believe, 142, but it's going to be a while before we get there. Mana Coin. All right. Well, let's extend this right here first of all. Style, extend right. Yep, okay, let's see where we're at. All right, so we're above that trend line. See that? So that's good. And the reason I put this on the list is it's rarely ever been below the 200-day, even during the drawback. All right, we are below the 200-day now. However, we are resting on this ascending black trend line. Not really the ideal setup, so I have to take it off the list. But I also have to believe it's moving back up. And that's all I'll say about that. MCO2. All right, still squeezing in between this 100-day and this 50-day overhead. All right, we had a fast pump here on the 4th of April. I mean, this lasted for a few minutes where we almost reached our target of $11.81, but it just collapsed right away. However, the good sign is it's still resting on that 100-day moving average, and I still like the RSI being where it's at, down here at 48, 47-ish. So because not much has changed, I'm going to leave this one on the list. I still believe a pump is coming for that guy. MIR. All right. Well, we did pump and went to the 200-day. Then that was, I believe, the target. So that one's finished off. I got to take it off the list because we had our pump. ORN. Let's see. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when was Monday? April 4th, was that? That must have pumped right after. Where's my calendar and why is it not coming up? All right, there it is. Yeah, that was Monday. All right, so we must have pumped right after I put the video out because we were above this 100-day. And then we went all the way up here. I got to take this one off the list. This one looks like it pumped right after I put out the video. Power. All right. When did I put out the video? The 4th? So we had a pump. I don't know why this one's on the list. Taking it off. Should be no reason for that. Unless I'm missing something. Did you guys see something? I didn't see anything. Alright, Quant. Yeah. Look at this beautiful area of confluence. Just goes to show, just because you have a strong area of confluence doesn't mean it's going to hold the price up. Alright, we collapsed below that 100-day. Went all the way down to the 50-day. Now the 100-day is moving overhead of us. I got to take this one off the list too. Sand. Yep. Collapsed below the 200-day, the 20-day, and the 50-day. Ugly. Yuck. That one didn't turn out as planned. Shipping. All right. Oh. Just under the 50-day, and because it's under the 50-day, it's about all I got to work with. I got to take this one off the list. Are we on a level there? What's holding us up? Yeah, there is a level there. See that pivot wick way over here on the 27th? So we're right on a level, but we have the 50-day overhead. I'm going to leave this one on until I put out my next list because I think we still could pump on this one and maybe by the time I put out my next list, we'll be above that 50-day. We'll see then. So that one will stay on the list for now. VGX. The RSI is almost down to oversold. And we're below the 50-day. I can't leave this one on the list. I just got to see where we're at here. But yeah, that's not a cool setup. That one's going off. And wrap centrifuge. Alright, well, we broke down below support. This is actually where I entered. Alright, so broke that and came all the way back down to the 20-day. This one I have to take off the list because that 100-day is swooping down to press us down even further. It's just not the best setup. Do I believe it's going to move up? Yes, and I remain in this one. But this is not prime setup. So that takes a lot of these guys off the list thanks to Bitcoin collapsing. We only have now 3 on the list right now. Shipping, MCO2, Jasmy, Doggy Coin, AXS, and ALGD. All right. That wraps it up for the items that we subtracted. I may add a few more tomorrow, but we have to see how that Bitcoin price does. Catch me tomorrow for this week's hot list, and I'll show you if I have anything new. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.